Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is Monday. That's right, as you can see right there on the bottom right. It is in fact Monday, January 27th of the year 2025. And we're here today to make games. And by games, I mean game. Maybe we'll make games. Maybe there will be multiple games. I don't know. But anyway, before I get into it, let me greet everyone. Welcome Stream Elements, Stanley, Ronmu, Duck, Tag Barrel, Deffins, Hamp, Chocojacks, Slime Molder, Potato, DX Nomad, Zully, and Hamflow, and Kozes. Anyway, this is today's art. This is very similar to other art I've done. I probably could have made this a bit more specific to pico-8, but it is gonna be here. All right, it's gonna be in the corner. You get to take a look at it. And here's me, right here. Anyway, you may be wondering, Wolfie, what is pico-8? What even is this thing? Well, I don't know what this is. Surely you can explain to someone like me who doesn't know. Well, pico-8, as you all know, pico-8, it is a fantasy console. You can think of it like a retro game, but it's not like a real console that exists, but people write games for it. It's not even real. It's not real, but you can still play it. We played a bunch of games that were made in this engine. If you remember, there were many. There were so many. And a lot of them were good. Honestly, I remember some of them. And this was one of them. Solitude. Anyway, the way it works is every game is like a cartridge, right? And then you can play games in them. Yeah, Celeste, the original Celeste, if you know, was made in pico-8. Also, welcome Yuko. I got many things, okay? You can share your games, you can load them. It's very minimalistic. Right, look at this one. We got this one. This was all made in pico-8. We got music. You can make music, you can make games, you can make sounds. Look at this. This is all made in this engine. And we're gonna make a game. Okay, it's probably not gonna be as good as this one, but we will try. I downloaded it yesterday. Or maybe 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. I don't remember. But I have some stuff set up. I've learned the basics. I've learned how to set it up so that you can use your own editor besides the one that's built in. But I will show you how this works. Okay, so here's the pico-8 console. This gives you commands you can do. You can type help, right? Many things. Now the main part of pico-8 development, you go to escape, right? Look, you go into escape, you have this menu. You can write your code in here if you want, or you can set it up so that you write it here. If you were to write it in here, you could type stuff like function underscore init. This is all using a variant of the Lua programming language. It's not exactly the same as Lua. There's stuff like, they have plus equals, which doesn't exist in Lua. They got other functions that are built in that are not built in Lua. Welcome, Michael. You're doing my job. You're doing pico-8 development at your job. I don't think so. And then they also have sprite editing tools. You can draw literally whatever you want. Look at that. I accidentally made a dog. Look at that. It's a dog. You can draw a dog if you want. Look at that dog. This dog right here. It has many eyes. This dog. It's just out here. And then you can put the dog in the game. That's right. I don't know what I just did. We could try to draw like a rat. What if we drew a rat or a dog? See, I tried drawing one of them on my local machine. Let me see if I can find it. I do have it somewhere, but you can't see it because it's not on this machine. Okay, we go to the pico-8 directory, and then we go here, and then we go go to this file right here, and I have drawn a rat, and I will show it to you very shortly. Okay, look at this. Okay, you go here. This is graphics. This is what a pico-8 cartridge looks like. You can also look at this. This is a rat. You're like, Wolfie, how can you edit? How do you edit a rat in Vim? Why are these colors here? There's syntax highlighting. You can. These are simply just numbers. You got 0. This is the number 8. Okay, it's there. We installed highlighting for this. If you edit it in your code, you delete the stuff that's already here. You get to load the cartridge. Let me load this cartridge, okay? An example. There are unsaved changes. Yes. Okay, now if you look, we have pre-edited images already in here. You can edit whatever you want. If you put this into a 1, a 5 perhaps, it's a color, you save it, and then you go back, reload it, load it, external changes, and then look at that, our pixel is there. But you can do it in here, okay? Typically you want to do this in here. I made a rat. This rat is right here. You can also make music. Welcome Tremor. Look at this. There's music editors. You can make your own sound waves. I don't know how to play it. I have to look it up. I've never actually tried the music. pico-8 play music. What is it? Space? You press space for this? pico-8. pico-8. Probably should have checked before I started my stream. How to play music in editor. Is it not? There's not like a button for this. Okay, it's playing something. Hold on. What's the button to play? This is the pitch. How do I play? How do I play the song? How do I? Is this? That's not it. Why is there no play button? Well, oh, you press space. You press the space button. You can make your own sound wave. You can change the instrument. Okay, why did this not change the instrument? This is supposed to change the instrument. It's not changing, guys. It's not working. I don't know what this thing is. There's a lot of advanced stuff. Okay, you could. Oh, I see. Oh, look. Oh my god! And then you could do this. What is this instrument? That's like a rat. That's like a rat sound. And then this one. No, let's just reset all of it. Welcome Gabaum. Remember me? Your name does sound familiar. Yes. Okay, there's many things you can do. You can make music. Okay. If I knew how to make music, I would have made it, but I didn't. How do I reset this? You set this all back to 0. Anyway, you can make music and then you can play the music in your code. Now, I don't know what kind of game I want to make today. But we can decide. We can be like, Wolfie, I think it'd be cool if you made this kind of game. It'd be cool if you made Vampire Survivors. Can I get pico-8 for free? No. No, unless you're a educator. Actually, there is a free version you can try out. pico-8 Edu. If you want to try using this, this doesn't have the ability to export your games, but you can you know, test around in this one. You can run code. Let me demonstrate some code, okay? Here, if I were to draw something in this, is not free. You can play the games for free, but if you want the development environment, it costs money. It's like $15, I think. It's probably worth it. I don't know. It seems very full-featured. Anyway, you can draw things. Okay, let's draw like a, I don't know, like a slime. Look at this slime right here. It's a slime dude, and then the slime is here. Isn't the specification free? Yes, sure. There are pico-8 emulator. Well, none of them are as good as the base thing. Okay. I would say if you want the real thing, you should buy it. It's not that much, okay? Anyway, this is a sprite, okay? And then in every program, there are 3 functions, okay? Function init. This gets called at the start of your program. You got function update. This gets called once per frame. And you have function draw. This is where you put all your drawing related logic. Now let's say we want to draw our slime, right? There's a method called clear screen, which is CLS, okay? Every frame is going to clear the screen, and then you want to draw the thing, okay? Draw the slime. Welcome muffin. British. There's a sprite function. Now what does sprite require as input? It requires the position, okay? The offset, this is offset 1. You give me the sprite at 1, and then you give it where you want to draw it on the screen. Let's say it's at 60, right? And then once you press escape, sorry, you have to press Control R. And look at that, our slime is now on the screen, but it's not doing anything, right? Well, how do I get the slime to do something? Well, you simply check for buttons, okay? Button, up. I'm pressing Shift U for this. Then, where is it? Then you want to store positions, right? So like x equals 60, y equals 60. There's better ways to do this, but I'm just demonstrating, okay? Then you do, if it's up, then y minus equals, I don't know, like 2, right? If button down, then y plus equals 2. I think there's a way to do if expression shorter. Nerdy guide if, sure, there's a website explaining it. What is the short one? If you don't, I don't have to do then, just do if something. If condition, okay, this is the shorthand. You got parentheses, and then you don't need the end. If it's on one line, you could just do this, which is not a thing that exists in Lua, by the way. This is very specific to pico-8. But then, you know, you just do this, and then you do the same thing for all the other buttons. You simply just do this, and then button right, then x plus equals 2. I should have done it the other way. I would do this one. I don't know if the parentheses are required, but it's a thing. Then x minus equals 2, right? And then now all your variables are set. Welcome to setter. And then instead of doing this, you just do xy. And then look at this. We run it, and now we can move our slime. Can you believe that? It's that easy. Welcome. Can I tell a joke? Yes. You are allowed to tell a joke. It's that easy. Okay, it's so simple. Anyone can make a game, even you. That's right, you. And then you're like, what if I want the slime to animate? Well, how do I do that, Wolfie? Also, thank you, Resetter, for the 23 months. Well, you could have 2 sprites, okay? You could have the slime. Could be going. It could be lowering a bit. Why shouldn't you fart in an Apple store? Why? Why would you, what, because it's bad to do so? Okay, now you got this slime, right? This slime is going up and down. You're like, how do I get the slime to animate? Because they don't have windows, but they do. Aren't Apple stores entirely Windows? I get you mean that it's like the operating system, but like, Apple stores are famous for having like, the entire store is Windows. I mean, I get what you're getting at, but I simply, the joke explainer has to explain that there are inaccuracies with your statement. And I will not have this. I will not accept this. Anyway, let's put this guy here. Okay, we have 2 frames, right? 2 frames. Now you could be like, okay, let's have a timer, okay? Timer starts at 0, and then every frame you update the timer. Now then you have like, okay, how do I determine which sprite to draw? Well, if timer divided by, hold on, how do you do this? Are there ternary expressions in pico-8? Are there ternary expressions? X equals condition and B or A? There are somewhat. We got people that know pico-8. Welcome Archie or Achi. Do I have a list of things I want to do? I don't know. I'm just explaining things. I don't know if we'll make a full game playable, but we'll make something. All right, how do you do ternaries? Okay. Condition and A or B. If condition is true, set X to A. Condition is false. Is this real? Chat, is this real? Condition and A or B. Okay, well, timer. You want timer divide by 20. See this? Look at this backslash though. Backslash means divide, but with what is it? Floor dividing or whatever. Condition and true branch or false branch. Yes. So this one. If this thing, what am I trying to do here? Trying to make it so, okay, we could have it so that every frame it moves, but I don't want that. What I would like for it to do is every few frames change the sprite. As mod 2, that's what I wanted. Here's what I want. Timer divided by 20, and then you do mod 2. Mod 2. Oh, I could just call this offset. Look at this. Offset equals to this. And then I could do 1 plus offset. Alright, and then when I play this, look at this, slime is moving, but it's also every like 20 frames. It's going up and down. Look at this game development. He's developing games, and then now you're like, oh, but the slime can move off the screen. That's crazy. I don't want that. Well, then you could simply just do, you could do, is there a minimum? Is there a min? Pico-8 min and max. I would like to clamp it to specific. Pico-8 clamp. Mid. Turns the middle of 3 numbers. Also useful for clamping. Okay, well it's gonna be mid then. This is so mid. X equals mid. Like 0, and the edge of the screen is like 128 or something like that. But you want it to be this. And then Y equals mid 0 Y. I think something like this. I don't know. So this should technically prevent us from leaving the screen. Look at that, it's preventing us from leaving the screen. This is professional. Okay, but look at this. It didn't exit the screen on this side. Why is that? Oh, because the sprite is from the top right. See, look at that. The sprite position is based on the top right. So actually, it should not be 128. It should be like 120. Because every sprite is 8 pixels or whatever. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We've fixed a bug in our code. Amazing. Look at that. He's genius. How does he do it? All right. And then what? And then you could do whatever you want, okay? This game, the logic is up to you. You can even make maps. Look at this. Let's draw some grass tiles. I would draw this paint bucket. And then let's draw another grass tile, but like with some grass on it. We'll do like some grass, okay? They're like, what the heck, dude? How does he do it? And look, they have a map editor. This is our map right here. Oh, that's too much grass. Wolfie, that's too much. And then you do this, right? Just put some grass in places. Don't even know. How is he so good at this? How can he even program? 127 is the far right. Oh, right. So true. So true. We have experienced developers who know what they're doing. Good. Thank you. Should have considered that. I should have thought about that, but I didn't. Alright, and then you put the, you just put the grass. Just put the grass here. And then now you run your game like, well, Wolfie, where's the grass? There's no grass. I thought you put the grass there. No, you gotta call a method, okay? There's a function. There's a function called map. Clear the screen, we call map. Now if we pass in no argument, it'll just render the grass. Look at that, the grass is there. We have a slime in a field, it's just living its life to the best of its abilities. But then what? Okay. And then you can give it arguments. You could be like pico-8 map. What are the arguments to map? Well, you give it the cell X, cell Y, the SY, cell W, layer, a bunch of other stuff, okay? And now, what if we add some obstacles, right? What if there was like a rock? The grass is bright. It is very bright. You cannot change these colors. Actually, there are alternate colors, but they're pretty much very similar to this. So what if we add like a rock? Okay, let's add like a little obstacle. You're like, I would like to not walk on this rock. Default 11 I don't like. All colors are better. Yeah, I think the alt color palette has a lot more greens in it. Anyway, we have a rock here, okay? Let's add some shading. Okay, as we all know, shading is goated. Alright, this is, you can tell I don't know pixel art, okay? Yeah, this is a very bright red. Look at this, okay? There's a rock. Wow, how does he do it? How is he so good at doing art? Well, I don't know how to explain it. Some people are just so talented with their pixel art. Oh my god, look at this. Now, okay, look at this. Okay, you see these things right here? They're flags. Set flag 1, you can detect things. You can detect what tile you're on, and then you can be like, okay, on this tile, there's a rock, and then it has flag 1. We say that this is an obstacle, okay? We can say if you're on an obstacle, don't move there. There's nothing wrong with the rock. Maybe you're right. So we go back to our map editor, okay? They put the rock, right? Bochi the rock. Put the rock right there. You would like to not be able to walk on the rock. And put some other grasses, okay? Now if we play the game, you'll notice we can walk on the rocks, okay? And we don't want that. That's bad because rocks are obstacles. Okay, but then, then you can simply say, there's a function that you can call to get the flag on the map. It's called fget. It's fget, okay? It's the value of flag of a sprite. No, is it fget? What's the thing? Mget? It's mget f or something? That's a sprite number. No, I want what's the thing? It is fget. Oh, you have to do both. Mget? I want to do mget. But then I want to get the flag associated with it. So this returns you the sprite. Oh, this gives you the sprite number, and then you do fget. Okay. So you want to what the heck? I'm in the education edition. Okay, I was simply in this tab to demonstrate. Okay, and then you want to now that we've determined our x and y coordinates, what you want to do is call mget. And mget gives you the cell x and cell y. Yeah, forget about it. That's what they're all saying. Then you get your x. You also got to divide by 8, okay? Because x is given by pixels, but then this requires you to give it the cell, and then each tile is 8. So you do y divided by 8. So now you have the sprite number, okay? Then you do fget. So this gives you the flag of that sprite. And then you want to check if this thing is equal to 1. If flag is equal to 1, then you want to reverse your movement. Now, ideally, we would have had velocity instead of XY so that we could go backward. But I didn't think that far. I'm actually, I should have thought farther than this, but I didn't. Okay, so now, we've had consequences we have to consider here. Here, what if we do dx dy? Or do this? Okay, dx dy equals 0, 0. So we need a d. So look at it's that easy. Okay, you just set it to these values. Needs to rebuild the whole engine? I don't think so. Okay, so okay, let's put this stuff. I wish I was editing this in Vim, honestly, because I could edit this much more easily. I could do it, but I opened this in the browser, and this is non-exportable. All right, so now you have x and y. Wait, why did I do that? Can I let's go back. No, this is fine. It's fine that this is here. Okay, so now we have x. X plus dx. Oh, what the? Y plus dy. Okay, and then we get this thing, and then if it's there, then you simply do x plus equal minus. You should minus. You should reverse the direction. And that means you can't then walk on the rock. Well, obviously I did something wrong, because we can in fact walk on the rock. Oh, but now we can't. Why could I do that? Wait, what the? Okay, well there's something with the bounding boxes, some kind of offset I didn't consider. Oh, you gotta subtract, but you gotta, like, I don't know, there's some things. Okay, there's many things to consider. Now we could work through this example, or we could code something else. No, I think I'm gonna go code something else, because I've demonstrated the basic functionality. Oh, I didn't demonstrate the music. Right, I tried to demonstrate the music, but I couldn't. Let's listen to this song. Okay, what instrument should this be? Okay, what if you could press a button and then the slime could make a sound, right? Well, you could simply be like, if button X, then play sound. How do you play sound? Pico-8 sound, music, audio, audio. What is it? I've never done this. Sound. How do you just search for sound? API reference. Music, sound, SFX, right? Obviously, SFX. Yes, you play the sound effect with the given number. So then what you can do is SFX 1, I think, or 0. It's probably 0. I would assume it's 0. Oh look, now the slime is making sounds. It's that easy. This game, it's that easy to make a game. Okay, now you probably want it so that you can't just hold down the button. So there's another thing for that. Instead of button, there's a thing called button pressed or something. What is it? I can't search. Button BTNP. That's what it is. So this detects whether the button was just pressed. Also, thank you, Matthias, for the 7 months. Wahoo! And now we can't hold down the button. We have to press it every time. Anyway, that was a basic explanation of Pico-8. And now we can make a real game, alright? We have to decide what kind of game I want to make here. I simply don't know. There's many ideas. You need to be careful of button. No, that's not the right method, Trocojax. It's BTN. BTN. It's actually very different. Okay. She doesn't even know. Anyway, this is it. All right, this is the game. We're gonna make a real game. Okay, this is not gonna be saved because this is the education edition. If you would like to try this, you can feel free to go to pico8edu.com. Should make Fortnite? I don't think so. See, does this even save? It doesn't even save my progress, simply because it's using a temporary disk. And so this slime will be dead forever, okay? If you want to save this code, here it is, function init, we set some values, we got an update, we got timers, we got functions, we're drawing. So now this slime is gonna be dead, okay? And now we're gonna go into our real editor, okay? Our real pico-8 example with real code that I have written. Okay, you go here. It's like, what is this? Include main.lua? That's crazy. Where's your code, Wolfie? Well, it's simply in here, okay? It's out here. It's out here in the file. Never use edu. Well, it's for if you don't want to pay for it. You can explore a link included in the code. I didn't know that. Well, anyway, I have the real one, okay? Can you use the rat? Yes, okay? Yes, I can. So what are we gonna code today? I don't know. I've drawn a rat. We could draw like a second version of the rat where it's like moving around. Maybe it's like doing a little like head bob. If I move this, you got a bitmaps display, and this is a plugin. It is a plugin. I move this. Can I move? What the? It's moving the whole thing. Is there a way to just move the selection? What is it? Stamp from clipboard. Copy this. Paste it. Oh, you could do this. Now this rat has long ears. Oh, arrow keys. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. It was non-intuitive to me. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Anyway, the bitmap. These are not displaying bitmaps. This is just displaying colors. These are simply numbers, and then the plugin is highlighting the numbers, different colors. We got 0 through F. Welcome Rune Devros, thank you for the 26 months. Anyway, we got the short rat. Okay, we save this, we reload. Look at that, the rat is right there. We have sound effects in this game. Since I've added something, it's right there. Now we have 2 rats. Okay, we got 2 rats, 1 rat, 2 rat. This is me, by the way. I drew myself. Given the minimal size of sprites, that it's kind of hard to express many things, but that's part of the appeal. You get you can also make 16 by 16 sprites, but I don't think I'm a good enough sprite artist to understand how to make use of that. Anyway, this is the pico-8 file. Okay, this is how they represent your saved data. If you have your own thing in a directory, you can have your own thing, okay? You can simply include your file, and then it's in there, and then you can do whatever you want. Like if you wanted to draw the rat, you would see. Okay, see now that we're editing this in an actual editor, we have autocomplete. It tells us functions that are available, which is very useful. It could be like, oh, what was it? Button. Look at that button. Look at that. We don't even need to go to the wiki. Love it when the song hits the 00 numbers. So true. So those are some numbers. Is there a dedicated LSP? There is, but I feel like it's not that. I don't know. There's a pico-8 LSP. I'm just using the Lua LSP, but I have it so that you can import the Lua definitions. So Pico API GitHub. They defined definition files for the Pico API, and I had that set up. If I want to explain how I did that, you just go to Nix. You go to my Nix config. Obviously, it's right there. You go to my what is it called? LSP config. Yeah, all I had to do was add Lua ls enable. Workspace library, Pico API, and then I go to pico-8 directory, and it's there. And you're like, where is Pico API defined? Well, it's simply an input to my flake, and then I just pass it in as a extra special arg. It's that easy. It's so simple. Anyone could do it, even me. What if? Also, welcome Zeb. What if Wolfie can transform into the rat? Yes, we could have that functionality. I could press a button to transform, possible. Here's an LSP we only developed for the coolest and hippest code editor around VS Code. LSPs, they work in Vim. I'm using Vim. Anyway, so we were doing like some very basic functionality. Now, I've been used to using entity component systems. So there is a many people have tried making an ECS thing for pico-8, and I tried out one of them yesterday. It seems alright. Let's try it. pico-8 ECS. And you're like, Wolfie, what's an ECS? Well, instead of managing everything yourself, like, you know, X, Y, manually doing +1, iterating through things and doing that, you can instead define your components. You can simply copy this library. Also, one thing about pico-8 is that there are token limits. You're allowed to have a maximum of like 81, 92 tokens in your program. And by tokens, we mean keywords, left parentheses, but not right parentheses. Left parentheses, dots don't count toward them. Anyway, it's to simulate, you know, what is it called? If you're programming on the NES, for example, they got limits on hardware. So there's like maximum sizes. Now, I imagine our game is not going to be so complicated that we would hit those limits, but maybe. If you're making a bigger game, you got to consider things. Electronic counter. Oh, yeah, ECS is Entity Component System. I'm simply going to copy this, and I will explain how it works. That is not what I copied. I'm going to copy this. I forgot that I'm not on my main dev setup, that I'm actually on Windows right now, which I never use, except when I'm streaming. Anyway, you'll notice it's telling me we have incorrect syntax. It's because I'm using the Lua language server, and it doesn't understand some of the pico-8 specific stuff, but that's fine. Okay, it's fine, it works. All we gotta do is include the thing that we just had. And now we have many functionality available to us. Okay, look at what this program does. Welcome, Nutritious. Okay, so rather than defining just random variables, we can define systems and components. Does the limit go across files? Is it per file? It's the entire project. So it's like anything in this Lua section here counts toward your token limit. People have developed things to minify your tokens. There's like things you can do in Lua that are kind of weird. Like if you want to call a function that has an argument, you know, typically you do this, right? But in Lua you can, maybe not this. If you have a string, right? F, and then you have 1, 2, 3, right? You would typically do this, but then it would have F and then the parentheses and then the string. In Lua you can actually just do this. It is quite weird. You can also do like, there's like a bunch of other weird things you can do to, actually there's an article on it, on this one. What is it called? I don't remember, but they have an article. It's interesting. I think it's weird, but whatever. Anyway, we have this library. Okay, let me explain what this does. If you're not familiar with entity component systems, so remember the previous example where we had like a rat and we had, sorry, not a rat, a slime. Well, we're going to define a world, and then instead of having just X and Y as variables like we had earlier, you know, we just did this, right? We just did this. Instead of doing that, we can define components. Now you're like, what's a component? Well, it's simply something that stores some data. So we could have local. Also, local doesn't count as a token for whatever reason. So we have position. Okay, let's have position equals world dot component, and then we do the same thing for velocity. So we have some components, and then you simply assign these components to entities. That's evil, like if you hate syntactic sugar. I mean, you don't have to do it. I feel like most projects, well, okay, I was gonna say most projects probably won't hit those limits, but I would assume that if your game is large enough, you would. But that's the appeal of pico-8, is that it forces you to make your projects simpler. And I think that's the problem I had when I tried learning Godot. There's like too many ways to do things. There's too many ways to like load graphics. Pico-8 is like, you can only do this thing. And then you're like, oh, okay. Well, then I can focus on like the core gameplay and not how to like load assets and render things to the screen, right? Anyway. Anyway, now we have now we have a player, right? This is our oops, this is our thing that we define. We have an entity, and then you simply attach components to entities. So you could do something like this. I'm just gonna copy this code from this example here. I should probably do this in like init. I should probably just do this here. So these should not be local. No, let's not have these be local. We could put these in init. Pico-8, you get to solve golf while also solving coding. Exactly. You can do anything. Alright, so now we have the player. And then now you have systems. And systems operates over components. So you say, run this system on anything that has a position and velocity. And then update their position based on velocity. So this is like... You give it, this is specific to this library though. You have a world, you pass it the system that you want, you have these two as your inputs, and then you have a function that has the entity that matches this. Welcome to Maya. And then you can simply update things based on whatever. You're like, Wolfie, this seems so much more complicated. What is this? This is so much more complex than what you did earlier. Well, it scales better, I guess. I don't know. I think it scales better. Anyway, then we have you have this stuff. What am I doing here? We got update. Okay, in our update function, you simply call move. Now we gotta render it. We do have draw. There is a draw function. So I want to clear our screen, and then I want to add a component for sprite. So now we have a sprite that you can draw. I don't get how ECS is different for polymorphism. So entity, you can think of an entity as just like an integer. It's like an ID. There's no data associated with the entity. And then all the data is in the components. But you can remove and add components if you want. So let's say, you know, you want the player to not be able to move for a bit. You can just remove their velocity component, and then they won't get picked up by this system. Now, if you did it for polymorphism, you would have to define all these things as like being in the class, like as class members or whatever. It's just interface. I don't know. Whatever. And we got sprite value will be we want the rat. So the rat, if you remember, is 1, 2, 3. It's on the third position. Player, we have sprite, and then we want a system to draw sprite. So we simply do draw sprite. Now you can be like, okay, where do we draw this sprite? Well, you can simply just pass it this one. So it's guaranteed to have a position, and then you know the sprite, and then you would simply just do sprite, and then entity sprite. That gives you the value, and then you got the position. Welcome, Lemnonicus. Can we draw 7 up instead? No. I don't even enjoy Soda. Imagine enjoying Soda. Now we have this system. Okay, this system is here. And then in our draw, all you gotta do is pass in the move system, and by move I mean draw sprite. Oh, like sprite like 7-up. I didn't even understand what you meant. That was too. I just didn't understand. Why did I not understand? Unbelievable. Okay, now it's like, all right, now what? You wrote all this code, and yet what have you accomplished? Nothing. You've accomplished nothing. Crazy. Okay, you got 63. You start us in the center of the screen. We have all of these warnings because this is some weird Lua. This is not even valid Lua. But if we were to launch our game, then you would simply... Okay, I chose the wrong image. That is in fact not the rat. I have to draw not sprite, but sprite.value. And now look at this. We have a rat that's moving very slowly downward. Look at that. We've accomplished so much. Can you believe how slowly this rat is moving? It's so slow. And then you simply increase its velocity. You reload it. Now the rat is moving faster. It will continue to move faster, and then you could do like, okay, what if we give it speed of 8? Now this rat is moving so fast, you would not even believe it. We've got a speed of 20, huh? 20? Yo, he's moving. Alright, well that's the rat, okay? Now what? What can we do with this? What if we add like... Oh, we want to add the thing where the rat moves up and down in its animation. Let's do animate. Let's add an animation component. And then you add animation component. So instead of just sprite, I guess we wouldn't have just sprite. We would have animation. Now maybe we should update the sprite component. I don't know. How do we do this? We could give it a time. There's a lot of ways to do this. We could do FPS maybe. How many frames per second? 6 frames per second. And then we need something for like how long the thing has lived for. So we need a lifespan or whatever. I don't know. Timer. Stopwatch. What is it called when you count up? Not a timer. It is a timer. No, a timer counts down, right? Stopwatch. Stopwatch. Well, it has to stop. What does Bevy call it? Bevy timer. Is it just a timer? I think it's just a timer. Delta time. Ongoing time. Timer. Timer allows you to detect when an interval of time has passed. You know, actually, maybe that's fine. Let's have it be timer. Must have done a ton of prep. Not really. I mean, I downloaded the thing and then I tried out the library, but I haven't tried making like a real game. Honestly. Welcome cast channel. What happened to Pico 1 through 7? We don't talk about those. They're not real. They don't even really exist. This gives you a default value. Now, how do I want to do this? Simply add a timer, and we want we want to set a value. No, I want the timer to count down. Okay, so like every time the counter ticks, we want to advance the animation. Should have thought. How do they do it in Bevy? Huh? Bevy animation. This is what I'm referring to here. No, this is not what I want. Bevy sprite animation. How do they do it in Bevy? I'm simply gonna copy what they do. Me using a system, I'm like, what if I did it in this different system? What if I copied how Bevy does it? Why don't I just write it in Bevy then? I don't know. Animation config. First, last, FPS, timer from FPS. Systems. Probably just need a start tick count. Start tick count. What does that mean? Timer. Timer from FPS. Execute animations. We have a resource of time. We have animation config and sprite. Timer, tick, time, delta. Oh, they have a just finished. I see. So if the if the tick has just completed on this cycle, then you can do this. I see. I could do that. Timer. So timer has a... See, the thing I don't like about Lua is that it gets kind of hard to remember what your types are. It's like this one is just like, it doesn't really have... You could pass in whatever you want here. But the thing about statically typed languages, you can pass in a specific value, and then it's like, well, it's gotta be this. Soft types if you want. What is it called? Lua typing. You gotta do annotations. Type checking. Statically typed crystal. Type Lua, an optional type system. Lua typing. Lua ls. How do they do? Annotations. Okay, you gotta do params, I see. Param be any. The thing is, this is a third-party library. They're not gonna have this. That's fine. It's actually totally fine. We need hard typing. Need strict typing. I can't believe they would not have strict typing. Also, I think there's a better way to do this. Doesn't the library define like a way to define... you can already... Okay, you could just add the attributes. So instead of doing this here, simply just do this here. And just do this. Simply copy this into here, and that should do the same thing. It's like undefined field because it doesn't know. It just doesn't even know. Why doesn't it even know? Here we have our system. We should have a separate thing for systems. System.lua. This is when you start splitting your code. Our code isn't even that big right now. Systems. Systems.lua. Wait, but then... No, no, because then... Okay. Because then we got to define the components first. Okay, well, you know, let's delete this one. You know, we don't have time to do this. Imagine spending time moving code around. You're gonna reach the limit? I don't think so. I doubt it. Look, we're not even close. There's so much code we can write. So we have a timer. I want the timer to have... How does Bevy do it again? Their timer. Timer. I want the timer to be... the duration, and then you give it a timer mode. Timer mode. I see. Duration. Okay, so we have a timer with duration. This will be a repeating timer. So like every 10 seconds, every 0.2 seconds. Duration in seconds. Or should this be milliseconds? I feel like milliseconds make more sense. No, how do they do it? It is from seconds. So like every 0.2 seconds, we will have a system that is called tick. Advanced timer. We have a current value. Is it duration and what? And okay, we iterate over all timers, and then we have entity timer, and then the timer dot oh, it's elapsed, right? Elapsed is 0. If it's not defined, we set it to 0. And then we have to add ticks. And by ticks we mean delta, because that's what Bevy calls it. Obviously we're going to call it the same thing. And we have all these warnings because of this LSP that I'm using. Alright, so timer elapsed. We add this. if timer.elapsed is greater than timer.duration, then timer dot, what's it called? Timer dot just finished equals true. Yeah, it's already 6 p.m. I'm gonna hydrate. Did I welcome Frosty Klondike? Welcome. I'm gonna drink some water right now. Alright, I'm hydrated. Also welcome Carabelle. Alright, timer elapsed is greater than timer duration. We also need to check that it was not just finished previously. So, timer just finished. Well, and then what? Elapsed is greater than duration. Incomplete. Oh, but it should be what's the way to, how do they do it? How does anyone write code while streaming? I think it's impossible. So we want to detect whether it was just finished. So if it is, no, because then it should be divide. What am I doing? It should be we should subtract. We should subtract elapsed. But then this one elapsed. It like elapsed. I don't know. It goes from how long it's lived. So why would this go like this? Well, streamer is losing his mind. Coding on stream. It's crazy. I would never do that. Timer that just finished is true. Then we also want this to be like repeated. Keyword cannot be used as a name. What does that mean? Is repeat a keyword? Is that's a thing? Why is this all in Chinese? Okay, we have this. It's fine, I just didn't expect it to be in Chinese. Okay, I guess repeat is a keyword. What's it called? Repeated equals true. So then now we have, I get that reference. Classic reference. It's fine, I just didn't expect it to be Chinese. Why is that? What the heck? You would expect that you search this Lua repeat, and I'm searching this as an English user, that an English result would be first, but I guess not. I don't know. Okay, so we have elapsed. If elapsed is this, then we simply this. Welcome EKR, numbers, letters. How are you this fast? With what? With coding? With running? This guy's out here running. How do they do it? What is the... You could do repeat, welcome, hey Garrett. You could do repeat, oh you could, but like I don't want to though. Oh yeah, that is a thing in Lua. You could, if you have keys that are whatever, you can do whatever you want here. You could even have spaces. I'm gonna call it repeated though. Let's see. With coding, this is just Vim. I just use hotkeys. Everyone knows Vim, right? Obviously. Alright, so we set the elapsed to 0, and then if it has just finished, well, timer dot just finished. Is there a way to like default this to 0 if it's not set? Actually, how does the component thing work here? Do they do define some defaults. Let me check the library. Default values. Defaults. Is that just... Okay, so I guess I could set the default. I'm assuming this is how it works. Elapsed equals 0. Finally internalize HJKL. I think it helps a lot, because then you don't have to take your hand off the home row. Alright, we got animation. We got sprite. Position, velocity. Alright, so it starts off with elapsed. Timer.elapsed plus delta. We just do plus equal. Plus equal is a thing in Pico. I know it says unexpected symbol. I may have to try my hand at Vim. I think it's worth it. I learned it like a long time ago. You know, I was in college and I'm like, I got nothing better to do with my time. What if instead of coding this thing in Notepad++, I just learned Vim? And then I did. And then I could just SSH into things and not have to worry about like forwarding stuff. You just open Vim on your SSH. Notepad. We got Notepad++ users here. Everyone knows Notepad. Okay, so timer elapsed. If time... Oh, we should check whether timer is less than... If timer elapsed is less than timer dot duration, then what? No, oh wait, hold on. Just elapsed. If it is... what am I doing? If the timer minus delta is less than timer dot duration, it's probably a better way to do this. You're probably like, what's he even doing? I don't even understand what he's trying to do here. We went from drawing slimes on a field to doing this. I thought game dev was supposed to be fun. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, just that's how things are. Sometimes things just work like this. This should be like this. Okay, so if it has just finished, but then what about the part where it loops? What about that part where it loops around? That's the complicated part. How can you tell when something has looped? Is there a mathematical way to determine whether the previous thing has just passed a multiple of the duration? Any math? Anyone know things in this chat? I was scoffing at Vim because anyone I knew using it was kind of slow. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we could also do this. Look at this. Well, how did he do that? How did he delete everything in the parentheses? Look, he can go back, he can go forward, he can jump directly to the parentheses. He can go to the plus, go to the greater than. He can do this. He can delete everything that's in this thing. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. He can go here. Delete this. He could do this. Well, what the? How did he change that? Look, he's doing crazy stuff. How is he doing that? All right, so we got our timer. Just finished. What the? How does he? What the? How did he do? It's gone mad. What was to delete everything with parentheses? Delete in, and then the delimiter. So di left braces is like this. You could do CI this, it puts you into insert mode. You could simply F this, go F this, he said F this. Now I'm pressing the letter F and then going like this. Press F plus, I mean, you already know that. Simply F this, okay, you go B, simply jump to the velocity. Alright, so we got, we save some tokens. Position equals entity.position. Position. Just simply do this. Simply do that. Welcome Nano Lather. Hello Wolfie and other Wolfie channel users. Welcome. Welcome. You could also do this. You could look at that. He renamed the thing. How does he rename the whole thing? He renamed all the variables. Okay, so timer just finished. We could also subtract the duration. Timer.elapsed minus equal timer.duration. Right? So now we don't have to worry. We only need to care about the total elapsed if we care about the total duration. Thank you, EKR numbers letters for gifting 5 subscriptions. That is several subscriptions. Thank you. All right, so we got this. Timer elapsed. I'm just finishing work, but I broke a server. This guy is breaking his server. What is bro doing? What is he even doing? Okay, now okay, I think we have something that possibly works here. So in our update, we have delta equals time minus last time. We have move delta. We have advanced timer. We pass in delta. And then draw. You have draw spell. And then we're not even doing anything with the timer. Maybe if I could print whether something just finished, just to debug. So just to check that this is working. And then we add, okay, we have timer here. So every 0.2 seconds, we should be printing something. There's an error. Line 2, tab 0, if timer delta, attempt to perform arithmetic on global timer, a table value. What? Timer. Line 2? But line 22. Line 22. Oh, timer.elapsed. This guy doesn't even know. Timer.elapsed. The other day I learned I am learning a moment when I type delete in Word rather than delete in Word to get rid of an ugly bit of tightly packed text. What? Capital word. Also, you can do was it tilde to switch the case of something? It's very useful. It happens all the time. You simply just go like this. Capital U to what is it? How do you capital U? Capital U to capitalize. Tilde. It's very useful because like sometimes you're like, oh, I have all these things, but I need them to be like this. Oh, look at that! It's that easy. And they're all lined up in such a way that you could simply just do that. All right, so we have our timer. Does this code work? Nothing is showing up on the screen. I've broken something. Draw sprite. What is it? Draw sprite? Sprite entity. What did I do? What is bro doing? Did use macros before? That's also a thing you can do. I do that sometimes. No, here's a macro you can do. QA. Now hold on. You record this, you delete this thing, and then you simply press it 3 times, and then you simply have removed all the commas. Or you could, what if you wanted to, I don't know, you could do this. No. Okay, I thought too hard about this. But look at this, how is he doing this? That's crazy. He recorded macros for this on the fly. Alright. So what did I break? We have a lot of things that I just broke here. Oh, timers! Why is it timers? It should be timer. That's not even a variable that exists. Timers, plural? Drives me insane when people won't use Control X and Control Z. This is Vim or Neo. This is Neo Vim, but all of these things exist in Vim as well. What did I do? Why is this not working? What did I break? Okay. Timer delta equals time. Move delta. Move delta. Position. Draw sprite. We got the world. Position is there. Okay, what if I remove my timer advancing logic? Nope, I don't know what I did. It just doesn't work anymore. Still there. It's still there. Okay, is it because did I, no, this is fine. What did I do? Duration. Is it because elapsed? Is this like the default doesn't work like I think it does? I think I have to do elapsed here. There's a great plugin called screenkey.nvim that can show you the keys. Yeah, I don't really need to do that though. I know what I'm pressing. But you can see them down here a little bit, right? You see I'm pressing JK, W space. That's the ASCII code for space, by the way, 20. Yeah, it shows, you don't really need a plugin for that. I mean, I guess screen keys probably shows you for more than like a millisecond. I became far too complacent with all my colleagues barely being able to write code. Can't believe that they would not even understand. Alright, everything is broken. What did I do? Why are there no error messages? Aren't there supposed to be error messages? Print just finished. I probably should have made this into like a Git repo. Probably should have committed the code that worked. Here we got delta last time. Last time we got time, draw sprite position, no errors because my code is flawless, but it should be doing something. Advanced timer. Move advanced timer, draw sprite. Okay, what if I just comment everything out and then just like do this? Simply just print hello. Okay, that works. Then it's obviously not this. What if it's this? No, this doesn't work. Draw sprite. Entity position. Sprite entity value. Print hello. This should be doing something. It's not doing anything. What did I do? What happened? Entity position. Entity sprite. Oh, does this thing not do what I think it does? I thought that maybe the constructor worked this way. I think maybe it doesn't. Components. What is it called? Query. What did they call it? Entity. Attributes. Assign attribute. Oh, because it has to be. Okay. It's this. I think this is it. It's not var args. It's whatever the heck this is. Wait. No. This is, you're passing in attributes. Assign attributes are this. What is the ... here? Oh, because the first argument. Okay, I see. The first argument is your custom whatever the heck, and then the rest of it is just the components you want to add. Okay, that's what was happening. I simply just misunderstood. Okay, so this thing should possibly work now. Okay, we fixed it. I fixed my code. I simply misunderstood the constructor of the entity. Alright, but then does elapse work if I pass nothing in here? What the code do? What even is the code doing? So we have timer. I want to print finished. This should show up every once in a while. But it's not. It's not showing up. What if I print? Oh, because I'm clearing the screen. I've cleared the screen before this. So what if I move this here? Okay, it is, guys, it's working. My timer is working. It's finished. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now that we have this, we simply we add another system so that the sprites move in directions. Okay, animation, we'll give it a current frame. Current frame. And then animation, we'll give it a list of frames to move through. And so in order to do that, we will have to pass in the sprite with the rat in it. It'll be 3 and 4. Okay. So now we should now we define a system so that we advance animation. So everything that has a sprite, animation, and timer, we will what do we do? If timer dot if entity timer dot just finish. Did I ever unset last finished? Timer dot just finish is true. We should be setting it to false. No, then we can just set it to this. Hold on. Timer just finished is this. Otherwise, it's false. So we can do this. All right. If it has just finished, then we update the animation. We update entities sprite dot value equals. No, what am I doing? we got a entity dot. We get animation frames. Animation is the list of frames. We also need the current frame. Animation frames. We have these frames. We'll give it a list of frames. And actually in Lua, you don't need, if you're calling something on a table, you don't need the parentheses. So that will save you 1 token for every time you're doing this. There's pro tips from some guy who definitely knows Lua. What about the hit horror games fatal frame? What about it? What's the best frame from there? Okay, current frame. Current frame. Animation dot current frame. Frame equals this. What's the key sequence to delete surrounding parentheses? There's no built-in for that. There's a plugin called surround.vim, which is used by many people. That one defines DS and then the delimiter. That's right, Dark Souls, left parentheses, Dark Souls, this thing. Welcome Calfriend, what the Wolfer doing, programming. Alright, so we have current frame. Frame, we should increment the frame, and then we should modulo that based on the thing. Should be equal to the current, what am I doing? Add it plus 1, and then the value should be equal to current frame mod entity dot, no, it's just, okay, hold on, animation equals this, anim, just call it anim. I find it hard to memorize most of the plugin keybinds, so I don't use them enough. That happens. If there's a plugin that's like really useful, that's when you start using it a lot. Okay, the animation we add to the current frame, and then we got a modulo by anim dot frames length. The length. This is how you do length in Lua. Hashtag. It's very strange to me. Number of frames. Actually, I guess that makes sense. The number of frames. Okay. I've convinced myself that it's logical. We get entity sprite value equals this thing. Alright. And then you add advanced animation. You don't need any of this. So, advanced animation. Does this work? Yo, I chose the wrong, I chose the wrong thing, but it does work. Okay. I chose the wrong frames. Entity sprite value is equal to animation current. Oh no, because this has to be anim.frames.this. Okay, I chose the wrong thing. But there is a thing, okay? One of these things work. Also struggle to remember key maps. I define user command instead. What are user commands? What does that mean? Oh, user commands as like colon and then you start typing the thing. I define some commands that are like B for buffer, B1, B2, B3. It's a thing. I should probably move this somewhere else so it's not blocking useful stuff. Let's put this here. And then I put myself here. That sounds helpful. So true. Alright, we got current frame. What am I doing wrong here? Entity sprite value. Get frames. You want to module. Oh, you got a +1. Because that is Lua is 0. It's 1 indexed. See, okay, that rat is moving now. It is a bit. It's a bit much. Change its velocity to 0. Okay, that is too small of a threshold. Let's do 0.5. That's too much. 1 every second. What? Okay, something's wrong with my code then. There's a delta. Is it simply doing that every frame? Just finished. Timer elapsed minus delta is less than timer duration. Then this. Oh, we still need the if. If timer dot just finished. Rather, he would rather. I think that's what it is. Okay, that's what it. Nope, that's not what it is. What did I do? What's wrong here? Why is the rat doing this every time? Welcome, Big N. Timer just finished. Timer elapsed minus equal duration. Right, that's fine. But then what? But then what? Oh wait, there's probably a better way to do this. Instead of checking the delta, you could simply modulo. Does modulo work with floats? Is that even a thing? Can you? Is that possible? Lua modulo float. Yeah, fmod. Oh, fmod. Does that exist in pico-8? Do various operations on numbers. Is fmod a thing in pico-8? Why is this page not loading? Man, pico8wiki.com. What are they doing? Pico Night Funkin'. Pico-8. I don't know. Alright, never mind. Maybe there's not a better way to do this. So why is the rat doing this? Why is the rat constantly... Can we put some logic here? Print. Finished. And we gotta move an advanced timer to here. See, like, the just finished doesn't occur all the time, and yet the rat is constantly switching? Very strange. So my timer just finished logic is correct. It's just that there's something wrong with the advanced animation. He has some Jolt Cola. I don't even know what that is. Tell me you can have cola that can jolt you. That's crazy. Alright, hold on. Advanced animation. If entity timer just finished, then the animation current frame advanced. And here, we'll do this. Mod. Where's my mod symbol? Mods! Mods, get it? Because like mods, the modulo operator. We have anim frames. Should be this. Should it be +1? Current frame. Oh, current frame is it should be current frame index, right? Current frame. Current frame. Just call it I. Current frame anim.I equals anim.I + 1. But also Lua is it's 1 index, so you gotta start from 1. I mean, that's probably not what's causing this, but it's something. Anim I mod anim frames. It should be +1, right? Because then if it's more than frames, it shouldn't be anim frames +1? Is that the thing? No. See, math is so much more complicated when it's all 1 indexed. So we got animation current frame. You want to add 1 to it. And then if it's more, that's fine. Because of the index. So then what? We have to subtract, we have to subtract 1. Wait. No. What? What am I doing? You get the animation, the current index. Let's have array indices and indices start at 2. That's absurd. What is bro even thinking? So we should add 1, but then if it's greater, we should mod, but then if it's mod, it's fine. Anim frames +1. Is that fine? What? Is there like a built-in thing for this in Lua to make this less annoying? So I don't think at this point I can't even consider. Okay, animation +1. Number of frames. So if you are at 0, it'll go to 1. Anim frames is 2. 2 mod 2 would be this. Welcome wishy wishy. But that doesn't work. That simply just does not work. Animation, if you're at frame 2, that's fine. Then it should be mod anim frames +1, right? But then you should also, if it's more, you should +1 to it. So like, what does that mean? Well, okay, let's do anim I plus equals 1. And then if anim.I is greater than anim.frames count, then anim.I equals 1. There's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know. I think that's good. No, this rat. What is this rat doing? Entity sprite.value. It's frames animation I. If it's just finished, else wait. But then what? Animation entity. What if we print this to the screen? Print anim.I. We gotta put this here. Okay, it goes from 1 to 2, but why is it doing that so fast? That is my question. If it just finished, then this. But then why is it just finishing all the time? Animation, timer duration. The mod trick doesn't work because it's 1 index. Yeah, that's why things should not be indexed starting at 1. And then all your math gets messed up. And it doesn't even make sense. Advanced timer delta, advanced animation. The for loops are less confusing though. It's not too terrible. Yeah, but then it uses more tokens. That's the thing. You gotta. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for now. We haven't hit the token limit. Okay, but why is this constantly going up? If entity timer has just finished, and we here have established that just finished is here. Print timer.justFinished. See, it's only printing sometime. Oh wait, is timer.justFinished not being set to false? Oh, because it got it. Oh my god, he's not unsetting it. Bro is not unsetting it. It's nil. See, okay, it's true. It's just constantly true. You can also do a equals a plus 1 mod length plus 1. Hold on. Anim equals anim.I plus 1 mod length. I'm gonna assume that works. Is that less? Hold on. Yeah, that's less tokens. That's good. Okay, so I have figured out that I was doing it wrong. If timer elapsed is greater than timer duration, just finish equals. Oh, since I'm resetting the timer, I guess it doesn't matter that this thing is this. Yeah, because I'm like because I'm like decrementing it. Okay, so then you do else. Else timer just finished false. I guess timer.justFinish could just be this. Okay, we have simplified the logic. You just do this, and then that's all you need to do. But now the rat is not moving. What? What? Well done. It's not working though. I said well done, and yet it's not working. Timer duration. If timer is just finished, then subtract this. But why Does not work. Jose's, why did you do this? You used to not do this. You just start copying people's messages now. What happened? Why are you like this? Trying to be ahead of the curve. Yeah, it's gonna work eventually. Definitely. There's no way this would not work eventually. Yeah, let's print timer.justFinish. False? True? False? Okay, okay, this worked. Advanced timer is working. Advanced animation, though, is not working. anim.I equals animation.index plus 1 mod animation frames. So if index is 0, it goes to 1. Mod by this plus 1. No, that I don't think that works. Because like if you have 2 frames and then this is frame 2, 2 mod 2, no, that does work. Hold on. Print anim.I. Does that work? 1? Why is it not printing 2? Oh, because, wait. It just finished. It never goes to 2. Why does it never go to 2? Because if you go to 2, it's always going to go to 1. So it doesn't work. Zoe, I don't think it works. You have to do some property-based testing. We got anim.I plus equals 1. And then if anim.I is greater than anim.frames, then anim.I equals 1. Okay, now it works. We finally, all this code to do what we did in the first 10 minutes of the stream. And we don't even have movement. See, why you're like, Wolfie, why did you do all this? It's so complicated. You just did all this just to do the same thing but worse? Well, let me show you this then. We got player 2. Look at this. And then you put this guy at a different place and you give him some velocity. Now this is what is cool, is that now you have 2 things and look at that, they're both going. You can do this as much as you want. That's the power of entity component systems. You can reuse your components and they all apply. Why did the mod thing not work? Think about if it's 2, it never goes to 2. It never reaches the maximum. Also welcome Arch the Knight. No idea you were a streamer. Remember reading your blog years ago? Blog? Which blog? Lawfus.org? Or the electrical engineering one? You're right. Is there a way to do it? Is there simply a way to do this correctly? Reusing code. That's the power of this system. Now, I don't actually make use of this repeated thing anywhere. Anyway, now you can spawn several players. Look at this. How do you in Lua? How do you do a range? From to end. Okay. What is it? Why just give me some real numbers? They just give you examples. Give me the real numbers. For I equals 1, 10. Okay. Sure. For I equals 1, 10. Do end. Look at this. And then we give it a random. How do you do random? Lua is an interpreter. Just type it to test. What? But not this though. Not this though. Oh, you mean like in Vim? It is true. No, but this isn't real Lua though. This is just like weird Lua. This is strange. I guess I could do this. Oh, it does work. Oh, you can. I've never even thought about using Vim for this. So true. NeoVim does use Lua. Alright, how do you do random? Pico-8 rand. RND limit. Okay, we'll do velocity is RND 1. Look, we're gonna spawn 10 rats. And they're all moving. Okay, well let me hold on. Give it a higher value. 20. Look at this, we've just summoned a rat army. You couldn't do that in the previous code. You would have to copy things multiple times. Now we can summon many rats. Spent my day making a notebook in Obsidian for Godot programming. I can be slightly less reliant on Google Stack Overflow. So true. So true. And then the rats could all have a random animation. They could have a random speed. Look at this. Animation. Duration will be random. What is the limit? How do you set this? Random limit or table. So okay, random, it'll be 0.2. It'll be what is it? Plus no. Random 0.5 plus 0.2. So now the rats will have random movement and also random up and down speeds. That's why this is so cool. Animation, frames, position, they're all here. They're all here. That's great. We've now summoned rats. Can we do like 100? Summon 100 rats. Amazing. Amazing. That's great. I love that. You can also do sprite. You can flip. Flip. Is there a way to do random 1 greater than 0.5? So sprite flip equals false. So now you can flip. Oh, you should make the sprite flip based on direction. So then look at this. We're like, oh, how do we update this thing? How do we update this? Well, if you can simply have a... Why is this not used? If you have a system to update the sprites for anything that has a velocity, then it's so easy. Look at this. We put in all that effort in the beginning to be able to do this. Velocity, sprite. And then position, okay, let's get velocity. Velocity. Sprites, entity.flip. Hold on, entity sprite.flip equal v.x. So you want to flip it if it's negative, right? And then when you go to your draw sprites, there's an argument for flip x. Flip x, we got x, we got number x, y, width and height. So this is 1, 1. And then you have, let me copy this here. Sprite dot value, and then sprite dot flip. And now these rats will be going in the direction. Okay, this rat is not going in the direction. What? Hold on. Why is that rat? Oh, because I set the flip here. Let's not set the flip here. The flip. Oh, because I didn't add the component. I didn't add the system. Okay, we have to call our thing. Flip sprite. Okay, just put this here. Now the rats are facing the correct direction. Can you believe that? Entity component systems based as heck. It was that easy to add a system like that. This is great. I love this. We spawn like, hold on, velocity. Let's make them go even faster. Is there a way to do random in range? Or is it only you have to like add to it? Can't believe Godot is inheritance. Yeah, I was like, man, I wish Godot had ECS. It makes things so nice. People have tried to implement ECS in Godot, but it's not ever going to be like a first-party supported thing. I mean, I guess it's not a first-party supported thing here either, so I'm just using someone's library. Alright, we got, let's make them go even faster, okay? 50. Speed 50. Get these rats, what the, why is, oh, because I didn't subtract. Hold on, let's define a function. Rand min max. It's IDs and ID mapped arrays. Wait, for what? Oh, how to do ECS. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward to implement a basic version. I think the complexity comes with like how to optimize the, what is it called? The systems so that they're caching entities. Basically, you just have like arrays of whatever. Every component is just an array of things, and then like in that you index it by the entity value or the entity ID. And the complicated part is with the systems. Like this stuff right here where you're like, give me everything that has a position and a sprite. 100 rats is good. Real question is how many rat? Many. So many rat. Let's do R&D max minus min plus min. So we can do x rand from negative 50 to 50 and y equals rand negative 50 to 50. Not an unexpected symbol. Return. Oh, look at rat explosion, a particle effect with rats. Let's do like 200. Wow, it's so performant. 500 rats. It's still going. Look at that. You can have 500 rats on the screen and no one would even care. 1,000. Welcome polyglitch. Okay, now it's starting to lag. 1,000. Well, no, not really. Yeah, no, it is. Does pico-8 have performance characteristics? I don't actually know if they like artificially limit the performance or if it depends on the machine it's running on. I don't know. I think if it's running a bit slow, I think it skips some draw. This is the reason why update and draw are split into two functions, is that update will get called in every frame, but then if draw will only get called if if update has updated on time, I guess. So like if it's running slow, it'll skip some draw calls. Okay, advanced animation. There's a fake CPU limit. Man, what are they doing? Okay, we got advanced animation. Undefined global advanced animation. It's right here. Okay, advanced animation. Draw. We don't need that in here. Let's put that right there. Wow, I'm gonna commit this. Git status. Git init. Can't see anything. I hate that you can't see, you can't do a diff if this is the first commit. I like to see exactly what I'm committing. I mean, I guess this is fine. Control P shows a CPU chart. Do git dash v. What does that do? Git commit dash v. I've never tried it. Hold on. I didn't know that was a thing. No. What does that do? What does git commit -v do? I don't know. Anyway, that's cool, right? Look at how cool this is. Writing things that work. That's crazy. It was empty with an empty previous commit. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's just try Control P. Oh, it does show you a CPU chart. Look at that. 30 FPS. What are these numbers? 0.72, 0.71. 15, is that the FPS? 15 FPS. 1,000 rats is too much. 500, how much is 500? Yeah, 500 is fine. 1,000 is a bit much. Alright, that's nice. Very nice. We should put this in setup though. Setup, or sorry, init. You don't actually need a reference to the player. Git commit -v. Can I try 999? I don't think I will. But you can. If you copy this exact code and purchase pico-8 for yourself. Okay, we have a syntax error. 152. What did I do? What's wrong here? Do they not allow... No? Attempt to call string value? What? What did I do? We're fine. This is fine, right? This is fine. But when I move it there, it's not fine. How much is pico-8? I think it's $15. Possibly. Which is maybe a lot, but like, I think it's worth it. I'm having a lot of fun with this. 10 or 15 USD. Yeah, they also have one, they have something called Picotron. Which is like, kind of similar, but it's like an entire fake operating system. You can make games that you can play in this. There's an extra end on line 63. This thing? Missed symbol. Okay, no, this is fine. What? See, sometimes this LSP is wrong. Maybe I should just use the pico-8 LSP. Because, like, this stuff is kind of annoying. Like, this is not a real Lua. It's kind of surprising that Lua doesn't have plus equal, though. But I feel like the reason they added this to pico-8, because it's, like, such a common operation. And, like, having to do A equals A plus 2 uses up, like, a lot more tokens. So that's probably why they added this. Anyway, that's cool though. Duration. Land. Damn. Look at these rats. That's great. I love it. Does Lua have placeholders? Like for what? I need to get good at programming before buying consoles to code for, but it's so easy. Like underscore. Yeah, that's... I tried doing that, but I feel like... Okay, it does work. I did that and then I copied it into here and then like it broke. So it was not because of this that it broke. It was something else. Missed symbol close parentheses. What are they talking about? What? Anyway, whatever. I don't know why it's not detecting that I'm using advanced animation here. What if I close and reopen everything? Sometimes that happens. Nope. Alright. It's probably my minus equal that is messing it up. Alright, what else can I do? What's a cool thing we can do here? We have a rat. We could add movement controls. We had earlier a thing where you can control the rat with the arrow keys. We could try to do that. So we can remove, get the rats out of here, okay? Get the first rat back in. We're back to having one rat. It's going on its own. Alright, so now we're gonna add movement system. We will have a component. Can I add a king rat? Yo, that's a good idea. I should add, yeah, we should have one rat that is the controller rat. And then we have another rat. Just summon a bunch of other rats and then set their target to the first rat. That's a cool idea. Okay, let's define something called controllable. So our first rat will have the controllable thingamabob. The controllable thing. And then we'll define a system that iterates over all controllable things that have velocity. And now we have our velocity. And then, okay, so if button, what are the buttons here? Button list 0 is left. If button 0, then v dot x minus equal. Oh, but we need a speed. We need some way to specify how fast the rat should be moving. We could have a max velocity. We define a max velocity component. And it should be something. And then we simply set it to max velocity. There's probably a better way to do this. How would I set... We can set like control parameters. You know, let's put that in the controllable parameter. It seems weirdly coupled though. I feel like controllable, you probably want like a queue of letters. What am I saying? But not letters. Button presses, events, that's what it's called. Event system. We probably want an event system. I'm gonna hydrate them. I'm trying to clamp the speed of the rat. I'm trying to make it so that the controllable rat is going to have a default velocity of 0, and then every time you press up, down, left, right, it'll set the velocity to be some value. I just need to specify what that value is, and I guess I'll set it here. Speed equals 0. Okay, but then we'll set it here. Controllable speed equals, I don't know, how fast is this rat? 20? 20. And then, alright, so if button X, if you press left, gotta have C equals entity controllable. You got C dot speed, and then you do the same thing for all the other buttons. Also, you gotta have the parentheses in there. Alright, so button 0, button 1 is right. Actually, this should just be equal to negative C speed. This one, 2 is up, so 3 is down. And then you're like, Wolfie, you should normalize your speed vectors. You should be normalizing. This would have been a Vim surround moment. Yeah, but it's kind of annoying when you have like things that are like this. You have to do like, you surround. What is it? YSI. What is it? How do you do it? You need capital W. Having to press shift. It's kind of annoying. And then I would have had to like do it for every one of these lines. I don't know. Also, this thing should be Y. Alright, so this thing sets the speed. And instead of flip sprite, control, handle input. Alright, we have handle input. And the rat's default velocity is going to be 0. We'll just add the component with nothing in it, which should use the defaults. Should also have, yeah, okay. Oh look, it's that easy. You can now move the rat around. Okay, we did not reset. We did not reset the movement though. So if buttons are not being pressed, we should set the velocity to 0. What is the best way to do that? I guess it would be else. Else if. No, because you want multiple buttons to be holdable. If there's any input, if there is no input, then you should unset it. Could be 0 gravity. It could, but like I feel like we want it to... We could add friction. Let's add a friction component. Wouldn't that be cool? Friction component. Friction will be 0 by default. And then like every frame we apply friction. This is why entity component systems are so nice. Call the Wolfiathon the Wolfingthon. I get it. Wolfington. Value. Friction will be 0.5, I guess. Alright, so then we have a system which will decrease friction. Anything that has friction and velocity. So you do v.x times equals f and v.y times equals f. And then you simply handle friction elsewhere. Attempt to perform arithmetic on global f. What do they mean? Is this... Oh, dot value. Right. That's the thing. Yo, now we have friction now? Look at this. The rat drifts a little bit. If we decrease friction, the rat will slide. No. What? Okay, it's inverse of friction. If it's 1... Okay, what is the opposite of friction called? The inverse of friction. Opposite of friction. Slipperiness. No. Friction, opposite of friction, physics. I could always just subtract 1, but I feel like... I don't know. Is the weight of the rat? It is not. I simply did not consider this. Alright, I guess I'll just... I just do 1 minus friction though. No, but that's like an extra operation every time. Why would I do that? 0.5 friction 1 minus scale. Here, okay, we have friction. 1 minus this. So now the rat moves around. Look at this. We have a controllable rat. Amazing. It's that easy. Welcome, Biden Bareback. Add controllable rat. Okay, now we want to add rats that can follow this rat. Now we can add a target. Local target component. Or you specify where it's gonna move to, X and Y. We should have like a max speed component. Cause like, how are these rats gonna be moving? Target world component X equals 0, Y equals 0. But then it's like target. How fast should it be moved though? How are we gonna find the thing? Okay, target world component. I know, I guess they would be moving at a constant velocity. Huh. Yeah. And oh, and then friction. Wait. No, maybe these rats won't have friction. I don't know. A lot of things to consider here. Should rats have friction? I don't know. Follower. Let's add a follower rat. Follower. Oh, we can make. Oh, hold on. We do have another sprite in here, which is ourselves. We can make it so that we are this guy, Wolfie, and then we have the rat follow us. Yes, totally an option. I would have to draw another frame though for myself. Maybe we'll just keep it as a rat for now. World entity, position, velocity, sprites, frames. Hold on, we should have a default value for sprite. Because it gets updated by the animation anyway. Sprite. Advanced animation should be handled. Yes, okay. So sprites, leave that off. We got another sprite. This rat should have no friction and no controllable. It should also be, we could have the player be a target. There is a way to have it so that no, we could simply update the target to be... No, because they should be following something, right? There should be... We could update... I don't know. King rat and simp rat. Just the regular rat. Well, I don't know. Okay, so rather than this being a random timer, we could also update the timer based on the movement of the rat. If the rat is moving faster, we can make the rat bob up and down faster. Okay, we got timer. Just gonna be every 0.5 seconds. We got controllable rat. What are we doing here? Timer. Rats. Okay, let's add a system for target. Follow. Maybe like follow. Target move. Move to. Move to. Okay, so anything that has a move to and a velocity. Wait. How would that work? We would be updating the velocity. So with the current, we move to, but then like with the speed. Move to should have speed. Move to speed equals 5. And then we don't set X and Y because we'll have a system that updates the move to follow controller. No, is there? There's a better way to do it. We should move toward entity ID. Right? Is that a thing? Is that even a thing? How do I just get an entity by its ID? Is that a thing that's exposed by this library? Probably. Entity. Oh no, I just have it. Right, because I just have the value. So I could just move to, instead of move to, let's have that be follow. Follow an entity ID given a speed. So entity ID. I guess it wouldn't be entity ID, it would just be the entity. Just do this. I have it be nil here just to explain what the value should be. Nah, let's leave that off. Made a rat-based game before, want to port it to Godot. What is your game? What is that game that you made? Alright, so we follow the player. And then we have a follow system. So then we have f equals entity follow dot target. Oh, but then the target has to also have a position. That's the thing. That's the thing you gotta consider. So we need another component. No, we don't. Whatever. This breaks some things in ECS. The assumption that this thing has another thing. But maybe for our purposes, it's fine. It's called Rat Race, a marble racing game where you play as a rat in a hamster ball-like ball. I love when you can race things in a ball. It's great. Love to race, especially if a rat is involved. Okay, target entity follow dot entity. It should be target follow target follow target. All right, target, and then the target has to also get a velocity. No, a position. To do. Probably better way to do this. And then I'll never actually fix it. It's the thing that software developers do. Just never actually fix your code. Target position is this. And then we have velocity equals entities velocity. So then we have to set this to, oh, it also needs a position. Okay, so now, we have to normalize the, is there a normalized vector function? How do you normalize? Okay, no, you just have to get the angle. That's a thing. Remember math, tangent, what, like sine, cosine to get the SOHCAHTOA? Does anyone remember that? Okay. So we get the difference. Target. We get the position. We have the current position and the target position. And then we have position, target. What is it? What is it? How do I do this? You want to move toward the target position. So you subtract this. Target. Is that right? Velocity should be this and then normalize it. Or is it the other way around? Target position. I guess we'll see when we run it. So this is dx, and then we got dy. Normalize. How do you normalize a vector? Game dev normalize a vector, sine, cosine, or whatever. I know what it is. Don't explain to me what it is. I just need to know what math. Pico-8 normalized vector. The amplitude equals 1. Welcome, watchmaker in. Vector math. Vector.p8. Explain the code to me. Normalize. Normalize vector. Normalize the vector. Function normalize. Vector. V-norm. What is it? How do you do it? We have to find... So currently we have, we've calculated this, okay? Whoops. We have calculated this. Sorry, that's Y. Calculate current amplitude. So we have X and Y. We want this thing, but normalize down to unit vector and then multiply it. Determine current amplitude. How? Can you explain in sine and cosine terminology? So this is, we have dy and dx. How do we get this? Sine, it's something to do with sine, right? How does this work? Oh, we want to get like the what is it called? The thing, you gotta divide them. Okay, so this is our angle. We want to... What do I want to do? What am I doing? Need to adjust the amplitude length of what? Yes. Determine current amplitude. Yes, so then that would be the hypotenuse, which is what? What even is SOHCAHTOA? Hypotenuse? What am I doing? How do I math? Can't believe that we would have to do this. That we would have to learn how to do this. So I know opposite and adjacent, but I want to know hypotenuse. C, cosine, determine tangent, what is it called? Opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Math. How to calculate. You don't need to know, you just figure out the angle, generate a point with that angle. Okay, but just can you just tell me the just tell me the math, please? Be like, okay, to be like cos dx plus whatever. What do we even search to get this? You don't need to know it. So we need to know the angle, which is what? Figure out the angle. Figure out angle given how to get angle of right triangle given opposite and adjacent. Man, this is like middle school math. Fine, I can't even remember this. Okay, we want to find theta, which is opposite. We know, okay, adjacent over opposite over a tangent. We want tangent. What does that do? What are we doing? Tangent. Is tangent a thing? Is tangent even defined in pico-8? Surely it is. Has atan 2 to get an angle from x over y. Oh. Calculates the arctangent, the angle formed by the vector on the unit circle. Oh, I could just use this. Okay. Wow, that would have helped. Okay, so now this is the arctangent. The angle formed by the vector on the unit circle result is adjusted to represent the full circle. All right. And then what? And then what do I do with this? Official pico-8 example, print arctangent. It's an angle of 0. What do I do? What do I do with this? Math? See, also math? Official documentation, use the alternative convention where angles run counterclockwise. Sign is understood to return. Alright, but now we have theta. Well, what do we do with it? What are we doing here? A tangent theta. Theta equals arctangent dx and dy. Game dev atan2 normalize vector. Get rotation angle, convert direction to what? What am I doing? Some C code I pulled up is getting the magnitude. Then you divide each x and y by that length. Square root of x. Square root of x squared. And then you divide each by x, each x and y. Okay. Okay. So we have this. Square root dx times dx plus dy times dy. And then you divide by the length. So length equals this. And then dx divided by equal length. dy divided by equal length. Okay, and then you set velocity dot x equals dx, velocity y equals dy. Is that it? Okay, and then we have follow. Now is this, whoops. Follower equals world entity line 98. Comma. I hate when they don't support trailing commas, unfortunately. Okay, well, something happened. Follow target equals player. Speed equals 5. Speed equals 3. Oh, you need to multiply it by speed, right? Times speed. Follow target. What is the gameplay plot? We're just making a rat. That's a rat that follows another rat. Okay, we got follow speed. Alright, we have a rat. We have timer, we have animation. Now, what if we don't follow? Attempt to call a string value. Alright, this thing. Okay, so we have the second rat is there. It does start off though. This thing we should advance animation before drawing. Handle input. Sprite value equals 0. Wait, why is it starting off not as the rat? We do advanced animation before we do draw sprite though. Oh, because the timer hasn't advanced. What if we advance animation before timer? No. Right, because it starts off like that. And then it doesn't. Okay. So sprite value equals 3. Alright, so we have follow, but follow is not working for some reason. I don't even see the second rat. Where is it? Where even is the rat? Follow. Okay, how is follow working? We got position, we got follow, we got target position. Follow target position. We got dx, dy. Got the length. Divide this. Could just do this, I guess. This game is commentary on parasocial relationships. So true. So true. We have our rat. Okay, but like, where is this rat? Follow velocity and position. Follow velocity, position. Alright, let's print the target position.x. Let's put the follow after this. Okay, so this is our current position. Oh wait, I'm printing. Hold on. Let's do this. This is how you concatenate strings. Okay, so this is our position. And I want to calculate the velocity. Wait, what about position? Where is the current rat even located? The rat is off the screen. Okay, hold on. We have to reverse these two. I think that's what's happening. Because I said I didn't know which way was the correct way. It's probably just this. No? Oh, there it is. But it is not following me. No, it is. It's gradually getting closer. Just like very slowly. Let's see. So we have the length. dx. Oh, because this should be dy. That's what it is. But why does the rat start off that far away? Oh, is it because we're literally on the same spot, so then it like goes all the way over there? Is that what it is? Surely not. Velocity. What about our current velocity? Yeah, print line debugging. Where is the rat? Why did it show up there all of a sudden? I don't understand. Follow. Speed. What is the speed here? 20. Let's have this follow at a speed of 15. Okay, wait. We got it's working. We now have a follower rat. The rat is now following us. Okay, but then when we're on the same position, it glitches out. So we need some special logic for this. It would be 0. Follow speed. Wouldn't that just be 0 then? Hold on. Why is it doing that? So we have the difference between our current position. Decrease speed as it gets closer. Maybe. No, but then we would need like a scaling factor. I think this is fine for now. I just think like, why is that happening? It does this and then it zooms. What is that? Why is that happening? Alright, so if position is equal to target position, then dx would be 0, length would be 0, right? What if I debug length? Stop when it's close enough? I guess if length is this. Length is less than 0.1. Well, if it's greater than, then it do this. Else v.x equals 0 and v.y equals 0. What did I do? Oh, this has to be then. And also then. No, it's not working. If length is greater than 5. Oh, look at that. Okay, but it should maintain its current facing direction though. That's the issue, is that we have it so that if velocity is greater than 1, it faces the right. Otherwise it faces the left. Flip. Wait, hold on. Instead of just follow, max min distance. Instead of hard coding 5, be min distance. And then this one will have min distance of 10. Oh, look at that. Okay, we should maintain the current facing direction. I guess if its velocity is 0, we should not flip its direction. No, but then it maintains the current one. Do we have flip sprite flip equals false? Flip sprite. What is our flip sprite system? Velocity, if velocity less than, it's 0. Okay, if velocity of x is 0, then if it is 0, then do nothing. If it's greater than 0, then do this. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it absolute, if it's not equal, it's not equal to 0. Because, right, it could be negative. Okay, look, this is, it's working. How do I like NeoVim? I'm a classic Vim classic guy. As I was doing sysadmin work, always jumping onto random server that had vanilla things in software. I think NeoVim is good. When I jump onto a random server, I guess I don't jump onto random servers, so that's not an issue for me. But when I do jump onto a server, all of my configs are there because I just use Nix. All my configs are here. All I have to do is define a new machine, clone this repo, and then I have all these packages. Back from a nap, am I programming a rat buddy? Yes, one of several. Okay, this rat is gonna follow us around. And I think that's cool. But we can add more rats, okay? Get status. git commit add follower rat. Okay, so we have a follower rat, but then we can add more rats. Let's write more rats for from 1 to 10 for now. It will summon several rats. Position, it could be random. Let's have random 0 and 163. It's 128, sorry, 127. So the rats will start off in a random position. They'll have animation, timer, follow. They'll have a random speed as well. Yeah, the rat pack. So I have a speed random between 1 and 15. They will have a random min distance from 15 to, I don't know, 30. Oh my god, look at that. Entity whatever system, ECS. Look at how powerful this is. With a single line of code, we have now 10 rats. Okay, that rat is a bit too slow. I feel like the minimum speed of 1 is a bit too small. Set that to 5. We are the big rat that makes all the rules. We are the regular size rat that makes some of the rules. Amazing. Okay, some of them need to be faster though. Speed maximum should be, some of these rats should be like, you know, as fast as us. Wow. This slow rat, it's fine. Everyone's having a fun time. Look at that. We should also have a way to run. What if when you're holding down the Z button, you're running? You can go faster. Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing, guys. This is why you need to do ECS in your system. In your game, consider adding this, the slow rat. Alright, that's nice. Wow. What else do I do? We should give the main rat a special hat. Here's what we'll do. We'll draw a special hat on this rat. How do I do this? Right, press escape. Okay, this rat. I will copy this. It'll be a rat with the little crown. Okay, this rat. How do I do this? How do people do pixel art? Is there a better? This doesn't look like a crown at all. See, given that this is 4 pixels wide, it is kind of hard. Ooh, wait a second. I like that. How do I do this? How do people do this? You do this? No. Why does that not look correct? I don't know. That's good, but it's only got like 2 things on it though. What kind of crown has 2 things on it? I had it. What did I do? With the white? This? Does that look like a crown? Wait, it kind of does. But like it also kind of doesn't. Like this. The way I did implies 3 prongs. Like without the white or with the white? This. Pixel art is not about being accurate. Yeah, but to me it looks incorrect. Something about this does not look right to me. The gold would be the reverse side. How about this? But then like this would be the reverse side. Let's add a gem. Okay, now it looks, I feel like the gem makes it look like a crown. We could also just like add another. No, I think this is good. Yeah, that's good. That's nice. The left one should be yellow. I guess, yeah. Alright, well, there's this. And then I think I'm gonna have it be overlaid on top. So we'll have two sprites actually. We'll have shrink crown to 3 horizontal pixels. But then, oh, you're saying like this? No, but that looks weird. I think this is fine. Alright, let's erase this. We'll have 2 sprites overlaid on top of each other. Is that even possible? Is that even doable? So we'll have a crown. It will have a sprite value of 5. Animation, I guess we do need animation. It's gonna be bobbing up and down. Do one of those game jams. This isn't even really a game though. It's just like a tech demo. Something like draw order. That is true. I'll need like a Z layer or whatever. No, look at this. I think because I define the entity after. That's what happens. Yo, okay. What if we added a... No, surely there's a better way to do this without having to like redraw the crown on another frame. A Pikmin-like? No, there's no gameplay. It's just this. I'm just walking around rats. The crown. We got that crown on us. I feel like those rats are a bit too close though. It is kind of hard to tell that they are rats. Now you could have a system where they stay far away from each other so that they don't overlap. But then that would require knowledge of other rats. Alright. How do I make the crown go up and down? What if I have a bobbing animation? Instead of just animation, bobbing. Bobbing. Is that even a thing? Bobbing with, what do I have defined on my animation component? I've defined a animation frames. Oh, because it uses a timer. So this should be dx. Could be dy. Dx and dy. Wait. Maybe. Bobbing. What's the term for when something's moving back and forth? It's not just bobbing, because bobbing is up and down. It's gotta be like back and forth. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it bobbing for now. Okay, so anything that has a bobbing and a timer component, we will start the bobbing. Bobbing and timer. Oh, and position. Yes. Welcome Altchkar. And so we have bobbing dot bobbing movement. It's called movement. Scale timer. If entity timer just finished, then you do this stuff. If it has just finished, then you want to update the position of it. Position dot position.x plus equals to movement.dx position.y. But then you gotta be like bobbing the invert, which is false. So then you gotta invert the thing so that the next time timer happens, you do the opposite. Movement.invert if wait, I just have it be scale invert b wait, what am I doing? I could just invert dx and dy every time. That's fine. I think that's fine. So we have bobbing system movement dot dx times equals -1 dy times equals -1. Okay, then we add the bobbing component to the crown. So dy will be 1 pixel, and then dx is nothing. Okay, that should just work, right? It doesn't. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? dy, as it needs a timer, bobbing, and also what do I have? And position. Oh, because I didn't add the system. You gotta remember to register your systems. Nope. Position dx attempts to index local nil value. Movement.dx. I guess it doesn't default to 0. I thought it would have defaulted to 0. I totally misunderstood how this works. Dx equals 0. Nope. X plus movement dx. Why is that not there? If it has just finished, movement. Also, thanks for stopping by, Arch the Knight. Movement entity bobbing. Oh, because I called it position. It's not even, I called it the wrong thing. Okay, so I think dx being 0 is fine here. And also, I think it should be negative. No, positive is fine. Oh, look at that. The crown is bobbing with minimal effort. That's crazy. How does he do it? So strong. Now you can add other hats. That's amazing. You could also just add offset, huh? Instead of position, it could be offset. Because I am drawing the sprite exactly at the position. I could specify the center of it, perhaps. Wow, look at it, it's working. It's working. Wow. You could also use the alternate palette. Hold on. This is so much fun. You don't even understand. Game dev can be fun. It's crazy. I guess this is just a tech demo. Like, if I were to make an actual game, this would be kind of like, maybe not as fun. I'd be like, ah, the systems don't even work. Add a crown. Commit-v, it's too late. I have unfortunately... I'll do it off stream. Alright, what else can I do? Right, the alternate... I just want to try this before I end the stream. Pico-8 alternate color. How do I set the alternate colors? Screen palette, undocumented extra colors. These colors were named arbitrarily. How do I use the alternate colors? Pico-8 Use alternate colors. It's very fun if you're unsure about what the heck you're committing. You need to write a longer commit message. I see, I see. How do you set the draw color? Color, no, that's not what I want. Pico-8 palette. Swap palette colors. Pal color, okay, we can swap the color. But how? How do you swap the other alternate color scheme? You can poke memory to force the palette to keep your changes. Secondary palette. Reset palette type. Alright, well, I don't know. maybe I don't do that. Maybe I do. Maybe in the next 5 minutes I can figure this out. Surely. Poke for palette, palette swap. Okay, I guess I was gonna be like, you can draw the rat with one color palette, and then you can simply swap the color so that the main rat is drawn in a different color. But that is not the case. What if we just added Wolfie here? What does that do? Can I just do that? If I, instead of it being a rat that's following, it could be Wolfie. So it would have no animation. Sprite value 1. Oh, look at that. Wow, there he goes. He's going. Those rats are following him. But he has no animation. Swapping palette seems easy. Well, I don't understand it. Also, where's the crown? What happened to the crown? It's not even there. Maybe maybe the animation is keeping this. Where's my crown? It's gone. What the heck? Alright, whatever. I got the rat. Wow. Anyway, that's it for today. Very productive stream. We programmed many things, and I think that's cool. I could do another one of these streams. Now that I've established how these things work, we can next time maybe build a real game. An actual game that we can play. But I'll have to decide on what the gameplay is going to be. Alright, well anyway, that's going to be it. I'm going to shut down the computer now. We'll find out what day it is. We'll wait so long. Nope. Oh, you raided right when I was ending. Aw, man. I can't even show you what I was coding because I literally shut down my computer. But anyway, thanks for the raid, Prodzidapod. Hope you had a good stream, whatever it was you were doing. Prozdapod. Of course, software and game. That's me. Hold on, I shouted out the wrong name. Shout out Prodzapod. Yes, you were also, of course, you were also doing software and game development. I was coding pico-8 today. I made a game where rats follow you. Welcome Crazy Kitty, welcome Kettle Stew, Prodzapod, A Squared, Venorak, Tayumiki, Zor, Exor, Xavier, Niche Penguin. Also doing software and game dev. Did I spell your name wrong again? No. No, it's right. Welcome Control O as well. Anyway, I'm ending my stream, so you will be sent somewhere else. But I'm gonna see who is who's streaming, and I will. But first, we gotta see what day it is. Okay, what day is it? We're sending another raid. Okay, we got many days today. Welcome Lala as well. A lot of very serious days today. Days that do not make for good raid messages. Very strange, very strange days for a raid message today. Which one of these is the least weird? Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. That's like the only one. Well, Chocolate Cake Day is also pretty good. Let's do a Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day raid. Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day raid. You can post whatever emote you want that you think is relevant. I'm gonna look at who is streaming. Who do I raid today? Who is out there streaming that I can send you to? I don't know. That's the thing, is that I don't know. There's too many people streaming. Why can't there be fewer people streaming? Alright, I will send you to this man, Uwo Slab. Everyone knows Uwo Slab. Thanks for watching though. I'll be back on Wednesday with web fishing. That's right, web fishing. Everyone loves web fishing. Yeah, everyone knows Uwo Slab. That's the guy who does things. That's the science man. The guy who does the science. Anyway, that's it for today. Got fishing Wednesday. Friday we'll do something. I don't know what. Some kind of game, perhaps. I don't know. Gaming. And then Saturday we got the good old Variety Saturday stream. The stream where I play some itch.io games, and also Connections and other daily games. So look forward to that. Anyway, I'm gonna be sitting here for several seconds because I refuse to click the Raid Now button. I choose instead to simply wait until the timer goes. I don't know why I do this. I could just press the button, but I don't. And everyone deals with it. Anyway, the raid is going. I will now stop talking. Goodbye.